G'day reefers and welcome to Gallery Aquatica TV. I'm Anya and today we're here for a fish feature episode covering everything you need to know about Gobiodon citrinus. Gobiodon citrinus is also known in our industry under the common names of Citron Goby, Coral Goby, Clown Goby, Poison Goby, and also 4-bar Goby. They grow up to 6.6 centimeters, so just between 2 to 3 inches, and you'll find they are bright yellow in color. It's kind of a mustard yellow, sometimes due to camouflage, and they have 2 vertical bars behind the eye and 2 more vertical bars around the gill plates. There is also a tiny little black dot at the base of the pectoral fin. When considering the coral gobies' diet, it's important to note that they do actually consume aquapora, slime and mucus in the wild. However, they are planktivores. They do love frozen, meaty prepared foods such as brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, little fish eggs, red plankton, but they can easily be adjusted to eating flake foods and pellets over time. Regarding compatibility for these cute little fish, they are considered incredibly peaceful. They are best kept with other small peaceful reef fish. However, best not to keep them with their own kind because they don't seem to like each other unless they're breeding. They have been recorded to breed in captivity in a number of aquariums, so if you are able to tell male and female apart, it might be fun to try a pair. Now, back to them consuming that mucus on the acropora, that is actually part of their breeding behavior, and they're eating and stripping off that flesh from the acro so that they can create a nest to lay their eggs. So that may be something really important to consider with if you have acropora or even any other branching SPS corals. So I think coral compatibility wise, you're best off to place them with LPS corals and soft corals so that their behavior of perching on the corals doesn't really disturb any polyps. Now, the last thing to note is that they do apparently produce a bitter tasting toxic mucus, and this is to prevent predators from consuming them. So I wouldn't put them in any kind of a predator setup or with any large fish that may consider this a tasty morsel to try. Now, the Citron Goby is not a difficult fish to look after, and on our difficulty rating scale, 1 being the easiest and 10 being the hardest, I've placed this one at a 3. And that is because they are very resilient in captivity, they're quite showy, they like to come up and interact with us, they are completely peaceful to other fish as long as it's not a predator. However, the fact that they do destroy acropora is the reason why I wouldn't give them a 1. And also, I guess the fact that they perch on those kinds of waving and branching corals is likely to annoy the corals a little bit. So depending on your coral community, I guess would determine how difficult it is to keep this guy happy in your reef. So in summary, the Citron Goby is a great addition to nearly every kind of reef tank, but I would probably avoid them if you'd like to keep your acropora happy, and especially if you've got to keep any larger fish that might swallow them. I've got one in my soft coral display at home, and I absolutely love watching the way it perches on my variety of leather corals and gorgonians, and it never seems to disturb those polyps. So for me, it's a win. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of the Fish Feature on Gallery Aquatica TV. I'm Anya. Happy reefing.
That's it for this week's episode of Gallery Aquatica TV. Don't forget to like and comment on all our videos and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned to Gallery Aquatica TV for more exciting episodes to come. I'm Cam the Fish Guy. Happy reefing!